Today I'm looking at the Quest from the Infinite Staircase, Beadle and Grimm's edition. I've had a very rudimentary look and it looks awesome already. We get this packet, this wallet, proper leathery, okay, maybe a cheaper leather, but it does feel like leather to me. It's got a nice design on it and a nice little Dungeons and Dragons imprint on there too. We'll put that to one side for now. This has something of a magnetic cover on to start with and a real juggernaut backbreaker of a box. We get the map to use on a hard D&D DM screen kind of thing of the Infinite Staircase. Somewhere to put your minis, which is a nice touch. And then, you know, could use that as a DM screen, I guess. Pretty high. And, you know, portable if you're taking this set with you. But yeah, that's really nice. So, in this box is lovely little image on. That is just good. Can't go wrong with that. Gold Anniversary Edition, or what's in the box kind of sheet. Always useful. But this is nice. This is what we get straight away. Some sort of school-looking portfolio. It's always nicely packaged. The adventure log. It looks like it's a scrapbook from your school days. Has Dungeons and Dragons scheduling grid. And because it's taken from old modules, we have like this scrapbook effect of the adventures and things the DM would need to know. Just a lovely, unnecessary handout or collector's item, really. Feel that nostalgia. Well, I don't, because I never played them. This is before my time. But yeah, you get the idea. It goes through each one, and a lot of work goes into that, and is really nice. There you go. Next is something we need to unwrap. Now, temporary tattoos for the Lost City, because if you recall, the factions down in the Lost City have certain tattoos that they have on their person that you can also have. And I say again, temporary, just like being a kid again. Yes, one use, but memorable for the party you choose to play it with. DM's quick reference guide. What adventure has what, so that you are aware of what handouts, what battle maps, what encounter cards come with each thing. So, useful. Ooh, a torn bit of parchment in some way. The Horn of Igvilv, Pieces of the Heart. I don't remember. It's a while since I did this guide. So if you're watching it in the playlist, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Again, some sort of a map in parchment folded form. That is just, that's the highlight for me, being able to say, there you go guys, and then, oh yeah, I've actually got the scroll we're talking about. This dial, sundial, is from the garden-y one, where you have to collect the leaves to go on, and I happen to know that we get metal tokens, which are the pieces that go on the sundial, so you're literally finding them and putting them on this sundial. That's cool, isn't it? Day 243, day 244. Sounds like we've got a scrap from somebody's works. Aphelion. Oh, so that's from the Barrier Peaks adventure, written by some of the Starfleet. This is an inscription on the bottom of a statue, I imagine. Again, this more of that kind of thing where we get lay your offerings of food and drink for the gods. Yeah, so more and more, not just saying what they say, it's like this is what you see, this is what it looks like. And there are plenty of those. That is great. And seemingly more along that idea, single sheets of script which you can attach to your DM screen on their side, perhaps. I've lost one on the floor. But yeah, didn't have those in the old days, did you? Well, that'll be a great addition. Oh, now we've got these huge hang-on DM screen encounter cards. Frog, Hemoth, Elder. Great art for them. And then, yeah, just pop it on your screen. just like the other sets do. One for the Gardener, one for Ghosts of Amun Sa, wandering in the desert. This looks like the Nafas, yeah. Nafas the genie who hides on the stairs. Ah, Zargon the Returner. That reminds me, we do get some additional adventures not in the actual book, so I will be able to do a guide on the Island of Death, 4th level encounter, described at the end of the Lost City, which I just talked about. Betrayal in the Desert is 7th level. The Desert of Desolation is a harsh and deadly environment. Bring it to life with a scheming Yuan-Ti abomination and a deadly shrine to the Serpent God. And then for 9th level, Trouble with Giants. We've expanded on some of the Yatil Mountains, described in the Lost Caverns of Shoj Khan. We get a Beadle and Grimm's coin. It's just 50th anniversary of D&D. Don't know what these are. Are they like plastic that goes over a light of some kind? We might discover what they are. I wonder if it says, well, it should say in the components, shouldn't it? Nothing jumps out at what they are. And then we haven't ever had this in the boxes up to now that I have purchased, but this is the module in separate parts. Chapter 1, Chapter 2 looks exactly the same as in the book. It's not reworked or anything. Chapter 3 and 4, Chapter 5 and 6, Chapter 7, and then what's this? Appendices. Oh yeah, the back of the book, the monsters. So, you know, if you're running something and need to have the monsters on hand, it's just less book. Or you can more easily find what you need in the book. Then we have Infinite Tales from the Warehouse. This seems maybe the extra adventures. The Island of Death, bonus encounter, yes. Some more maps in here. Betrayal in the Desert, The Trouble with Giants, and a notes area. And then I thought this was a DM screen. Another beautiful, tall DM screen. So each adventure in it gets its own place. Infinite Staircase, Lost City, When a Star Falls. Roll tables, important NPCs. Random Maze of Mist encounters. Core systems, random spaceship technology. Yes, very, very nice. Tucked down in one end is a little map. The Yarhill Mountains, nicely lit by the light. Yeah, a little map of the few locations they get to know about. Pop that back there. And then this one should be similar. Tower of the Heavens. Cernant Valley. Map of the Summit Mountains. You'll know if you've watched the guides. And this is actually on sale right now. There's only X amount left. I don't know if I trust the number 20 odd. But let's do stop printing them. And I was like, I can't resist. I'm going to have to do it. This was paid for out my own money. I say my own money. It's from you guys watching and my memberships. So thank you to you guys. Technology cards. This is lovely. I've run barrier peaks for my players. Powered armour, paralysis pistol, tells you how many charges it has, needler pistol, laser rifle, laser pistol, anti-gravity belt. That would have been lovely. You never know, I might get to run it again. What are these then? These are just, I say just, these are bits of artwork from the book so that you can put them on your DM screen as you're describing them. They're double-sided, they don't fold out, so these are, you know, tack up at your own leisure. Just the immersion of it, I love it. Now the box comes with quite a big block of packing, foam, so that you can get protected, put all your things in and it doesn't get squished beyond its life. These just must be the rest of the encounter cards for the more normal sized monsters. Black Dragon. I mean, you know, obviously you know that you can reuse these, although these will be 5th edition rather than 5.5, but I know a lot of you refuse to come over to the dark side of 5.5. Especially when you're running these older encounters. You might even be running these in older edition rules for all I know. Yeah, Bahia, Black Puddings, Chimeras. And as you can see, there's a hell of a lot of them. Just wonderful. And we're not done, because we've got that other wallet of goodness. And I know that I'll have to make room now for the binder. First things first, these are ideally for the DM, maps of the buried ziggurat with their numbered notations, room notations, for easy findings. Back of your DM screen. Tower of Heavens map. Forge of the Sverfnebelen, Palace of Spires. So these are just, you know, the fast reference versions and all the layers of the spaceship. And then we get a big level of the spaceship for the players to go on your side of the screen, but with no numbers or anything. It's like, oh, we want to go to that room. The ethereal garden we spoke about. It seems like this is going to be the big stuff. Okay, top camera, do your work. The Lake of Slime. Not jogging my memories, but it's backed up with Gauntlet of the True Way. Blackwater Lake. It's just not ringing any bells, to be honest. I thought I'd go, oh yeah. Cavern of Stalagmites. Oh yes. The theatre with mind flayers in on the spaceship. Then the gymnasium and workout room. These places that have proper encounters with like androids and stuff. The Foul Chapel. Northwest halls of the Upper Priesthood. Of course, reuse when you think, I've got a map for that. I can use it again and get my money's worth. As I say, memberships and just your views really help. So that I can keep up to date with this stuff, show you what's on offer, and I'm just trying to help. While also, I get the pleasure of, oh, look at this is cool. Not everyone wants to cover new D&D these days, but I'm just in my element, having a great time. It's not really about the views as such. As long as I have a small community that likes to adventure with me, then I'm happy. Misty Gulch. Don't even recognise. Oh, I do. Do I? Not sure actually, maybe I don't. There's a garden on a ship somewhere or something. Tower of the Heavens, eastern ground floor. That does ring a bell, having coloured rooms. I do like to play in person, so... And even if I'm not playing in person, I like to do this. I'll basically have a camera from whatever streaming service I'm using and be like, yeah, this is where your figures are, and put your minis here, and do you want to go here or over there? So even online, I like to use physical stuff rather than Roll20, etc. I have used them, but it's just not the same. Northern Colony on the spaceship, where all the mushroomy people. No, not those mushroomy people. Them veggie pygmies. Lake and S60 Islet. Yeah, where you come and... Well, I won't say what happens, but that's where you fight the froghemoth. The server room. Where Alfie goes all 2001 on you. You know, this might be the best. Oh, it's a two-parter. What? Yeah, the server room's that big, it comes in two parts. Double-sided, long gallery, rainbow cavern. Entrance porch to what? Oh yeah, that kind of rings a bell. Do we go through the magic doors to something important? Just makes me want to run all these now. Fomorian Cave. I'd stick that anyway. Stick this anywhere as well. Just outer cave. Gambling room and Darius's office. Yeah, you can use that. It falls nicely in two, so gambling room on its own could be good. And it splits that way, so yeah. A little office for your bad guys. The Haunted Cavern, apparently. What's this? Inner Sphere. Oh, I do remember this. Yeah. All leads to something important in there. Such a long time ago since I did this DM guide. Living Warren Tunnels and Cavern of Corpses. That, guys, is the last of it. God damn. That is a load of stuff. So, check out my affiliate link, or not, and go have some great games. And I'll see you next session.